Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the vintage paper girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm super excited you're here with me today to have a little fun, work on a project, and just enjoy time with each other. And welcome to all my brand new subscribers. There's so many new of you. I'm really excited you're here with us. And I hope that if you haven't already subscribed, that you might see something you like and decide to be part of our crafty family and our crafty friends, because we're all buddies here. So anyway, and then lots of love, hugs and kisses to all of you who have been following me for a long time. I always want to say thank you to you guys because you are the reason I still keep doing this. So anyway, how is everyone? How are you? Is everyone okay? I hope you're all safe and everything is good for you and you're not snowed in or, you know, any of the other horrible disasters that are happening right now. So anyway, and everybody's healthy. I am a bit under the weather, so I'm going to do my best with the video to stay on as long as I can. Sometimes when I start crafting, I forget about maybe how lousy I feel. And so, you know, I'm able to do a longer video. So we'll see how far I can get today. All right. So we're going to work on our new perfume. I'm going to call it the Perfume Folio because kind of the way it looks like based on our weekend crafting with the Vintage Paper Girl. When we started this, that's kind of where it went towards the end there. So those of you who stayed to the end understand why I say it's the Perfume Folio. So, but before we do that, as always, I'm going to show you what I finished up in our last video. I'm going to move these giant paper pads because that's what we're going to use today. And, okay, so hopefully those don't hit the floor by accident. Now, I have a couple things. Now, these were the over-the-page pockets that I showed. You could use them for many things, but the way these were designed was with one long envelope we cut in half. And then we created pockets on the side, and I do have some journal cards I put in here. These are also from Rachel at Roxy Creation. That's what I used were her digitals. And yes, she has a lot of digitals that are pretty much named the same. So you just got to go through and look at them and see what you like, right? So I put journaling cards there. Then we had tags here that kind of, you know, went with it or complemented it. And that's what's in each one of these. So you know, that's kind of what I'm going to have to stand up so I can see what you see, because sometimes I don't know what you could see. It's far away. Yeah, let me try that again. So I just added a little thing there. And there, sorry about my throat. It keeps frogging up. And I did bring water. Okay, good. So, and then also you open it up and you have writing space, and it just hangs over the edge of a journal page to give you extra writing space on a page that maybe doesn't have any. So there's a pocket here. You can see I just did a little stamp work on that. I didn't do a ton. And you know, this is decorated up. Then I decorated this up. And then there's another tag. It's got some stamp work. And then you saw me make the toppers for those, the tabs. And then that's the inside. And then again, you know, if you wanted more writing space, you got it. You got some beautiful little digital cards. This is all Rachel at Roxy Creations. And she has lots and lots of beautiful kits. So I did not list a specific kit because it's just too, like someone said, it's too confusing. You got to go over there and look. I can't give you the names because she keeps the names pretty basic. It's like botanical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, that kind of thing. Or it's botanical not digital document, or, you know, I mean, she kind of uses the same names over and over. So it does get confusing, but you just have to go and find the one that you like, because what you like and what I like might not be the same. Now, I did not add any of the crinkle seam binding here that we get from My Scrap Cabin. I didn't add any to this one, but I might, depending upon what journal it goes in. I don't know, or if I'm going to just sell it as standalone pieces, or what I'm going to do with it. It's kind of, I'm not sure. So I just wanted to show you those all completed. They were very close. We had just about completed it in our last video. Then there's this little booklet. This was made with Chapter 1 papers. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is one of her floral kits. Let's see, do I have the name of that? I do. It's Chapter 1 Delightful Florals. This was my guest design team project for them. And this was the very first Back to Basics at the beginning of the year. We did a very basic journal. Now, I have zhuzhed it up because, you know, that's my thing. And in order for me to put it for sale in my shop, I didn't want to leave it as a basic journal. So I've added things like butterflies. I've added little pictures on the corners. I've added my stamp that I'm known for. I put those throughout my journals. I stamp the corner. I've been doing that since day one, so you could verify that it is one of my pieces. Now, the reason I'm saying that is it has been brought to my attention that there are some other people selling my work as their own. And you know it's mine because there should be on the back of one of my journals or my bigger pieces, there should be one of these labels. You also know my style, my butterflies, my pearls, where I put my pearls. That's how you know it's my work. So if you buy something that you're not sure of, check with me and send me a picture and say, hey, is this your work, right? Because I don't want you to buy something that you think is mine and it's not, and you're feeling cheated. Then you come back to me and say, hey, and I'm like, nope, that's not mine. So, or they take my work and put their name on it. So two things have been happening over here. So we just kind of got to be careful out there. There are scammers everywhere. So I took one of their beautiful little envelopes. These are their seed packet envelopes. Oh, darn it. I ripped that one. I'm going to have to fix that. And I put a little card in there. I had it too tight, or the glue must have squished up and messed that up. So I will repair that. I'll take that out and fix it. But anyway, that would be in the pocket. Pull that out. And then over here we have a card. We have another butterfly. We've got a little piece of scrap paper here and one of my stamps. We got some lace. That's a little cluster there. We have one of my stamps there. We've got a little journal tag, some lace. Again, my stamps are throughout. Some pearls, a card, journal card. So I've zhuzhed it up. Again, we've added another, oh gosh, I hope this one opens now. Yes, it does. This is one of those envelopes. All of these, every single thing in here comes from that kit on Chapter 1 Papers. Hi, girls. You guys do a fabulous job. I had a great time playing with this. It was yummy and lovely. All right, and there you go. And we have that one. We got lace there. We've got a tag here. It's all inked up and ready to be written on. We got a butterfly there. One of my beautiful butterflies that I created long ago. Double-deckers. I call them double-deckers. Uniquely mine. And then we've got a journaling card here. I got some more pearls. Another one here. Too bad I have to say that, but I do. And that. And then we've got a journaling card. We've got one of our butterflies and pearls. And then in the top, remember we left that open? I've got seed packets. And each of the seed packets has a lovely card of some kind or a piece of paper to write on, something you can write on. So they have a lovely seed packet kits. Tons and tons and tons of them. Digital kits with seed packets that make wonderful little envelopes. We've got one here. I added 2 little labels, another one of their little round ones in the back, and then another journal card. So lots of journaling space in this one. It is started out as a very basic, and then see, adding a little zhuzh, you could take it to the next level or leave it as it is. Okay, so we started this as back to basics to get my mojo going, and it worked. It worked. Working with beautiful papers always works. I'm going to have to create a new flap for that, but I can. I do have paper. So, and then I tied it with a beautiful piece of yarn that I love. It's gorgeous yarn, kind of a crinkly yarn. And this one, this yarn is vintage. Now, if you're interested in this little girl here and you're willing to do PayPal, please notify Jolene at our Etsy shop. And our Etsy shop is Design Journal and Supply. I don't know if you could see this here. It is in our drop-down box, and in my last video, I did show you how you find that. And there is a link to the shop, and you can go over, and it says message seller, and you can message her and ask her for a price on this, and also reserve it if it's something you're interested in. Okay, because it'll be up for sale very soon. Well, it's up for sale now. I just have to fix that. I'll just create a whole new flap. It'll be beautiful. I promise. Okay, so now today's project is going to be this 12-inch high. Wait, is this 12? Yes, it is. I just want to confirm because, you know. And it is 6 inches wide. And there are lots of lovely, and it is the accordion folder Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? With lots of pockets. There's 2 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets, because it's double pockets on each of these and then single pockets here. Now, as I knew when I did this weekend crafting, and that's why I called it a weekend craft and didn't do it during the week, was because it was a, you know, process video. And I knew some people were not going to be happy watching me put this together. Excuse me. And I knew they weren't going to be happy with the whole clip thing, but I had to do that for me. Because of my diagnosed illness last year in my head, I have to do it that way. I know there's lots of ways to do it. People said, why didn't you just, you know, put it on as you went? Yeah, I tried that. I was like at it for 2 hours. You would not have wanted to watch me do that on video. If you were frustrated watching me put it together, it would have been 10 times worse. I probably could have just left the construction completely out and just said, here's what I made, you guys, and let's just decorate it. But some of you have asked for me to show you that process, so I did, okay? So today we're going to decorate. We're going to add pockets. Some of you are doing this along with me, so get out your supplies. Some of you have ordered many of you went and ordered the paper pads. Good for you. Yay, you found them. So glad to hear it. And we're also going to be using digitals from Shabby Dabby Doodah on Etsy. I did put the name in the description box, but I don't have a direct link. I don't do links unless you are, unless I'm doing a design team project for you. So, all right. Tina's just my friend, and I love promoting her and her shop and everything she does. So, okay. She's the one who, I think she's the one who inspired this long ago. And I've been making these for a long time, but I haven't done them on camera, right? So someone said, well, you could use washi tape. Yes, you could use whatever you want. I chose lace. That's my style. I love everything to look beautiful. Now, one of my new subscribers said, I misunderstood her. She says, oh, I put washi tape on the edges so I can find it. And I'm like, what is she talking about? She's talking about this one because I keep losing the lids. She suggested I cover this in washi tape and then I wouldn't lose it. Well, brilliant. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. I'm going to grab washi tape. Let me see what I have. I want something that stands out. If I put something pink on it, I will lose it on my desk. So let's try this. I don't know if this will work. Because, you know, when you put it on your desk, like here, it just disappears. Look at that. It just kind of disappears into that. So we're going to have a squirrel moment. Sorry. One squirrel moment. I need it because I'm going to be using these today, and I don't want to lose them on my desk and frustrate everybody because I can't find them. So I'm actually going to neaten up that edge a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to just put it on the edge. I'm going to wrap this puppy in it. Oh, I didn't make that long enough. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, it's not very sticky. Some of these washi tapes of Amity Bloom, it's Nazi at Amity Bloom. Her real name's Nazareth. Are super sticky and some are not. I may have to add a piece of tape to that or a little bit of glue. I'm going to wrap it more than once. Maybe right to there. That might help me find it. I'm going to have to put something else on that to keep it from coming off, though, because it doesn't seem to want to be sticky for me today. Okay, so actually I might leave my Amity Bloom tapes out where I can see them because I could see them using them on this with all these beautiful florals. I might have some that would look good with that, with the different pages. So there, now I'm not going to lose those as easily. I think I can still find that. We'll see how that goes. All right, it's an experiment. Let's see. We'll test it out. See if she's right. Probably need a better tape, but yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's get going. Let me see what time we're at so I know where we started here. Oh, we're about 15 minutes in, so we'll go as long as we want to go. As long as I feel good enough to go, we will do that. So I think on this one, we're going to be using for our ink, we're going to use Victorian Velvet. for some of it, and some of it we will use the vintage photo. As you know, I like to ink, so before I do go any further, I want to make sure that I have all my edges inked satisfactorily before I glue them down. And of course, that works well with these beautiful little perfume bottles. Now, these perfume bottles, again, come from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And she has a kit that has papers, and then she has a kit, or labels and papers, and the other one has the perfume bottles. So I want to put that there, and I think I'm going to put the other one up there. Now, I've moved this to the edge for a reason, because I want to be able to see all these roses. I'm going to pull it back over just a bit. Yeah, okay. So now I could leave this as a pocket, but I don't think there's any purpose in that, because more than likely I'm going to end up putting lace on this edge, and if I do that, then I just wasted my time. So, or I do put it on that way. No, I won't, just to save glue, but you do whatever you want. You can use whatever glue you like on this. You could use art glitter glue or Aleene's or any of the other glues that you like, or any kind of a white PVA glue. PVA is a paper glue. Okay, now where was I going to put this? Up and over just a bit, right? I want to see the roses. I'm using those kind of as my guideline. All right, and I am going to do this. Now I'm going to do, oh yeah, I was going to, I forgot. I was going to kind of leave the edges up a little bit, just in case I want to add lace at the underneath. So I'm going to pull that up and let it dry that way. So if I want to add something underneath, I can. Now I do want to add this, and I was wondering if I wanted to add lace under the whole thing. This is kind of where I want to put everything, right? So that's going to go there. And then that one's going to go right there. So the question is, do I want to add some more of this border lace? And thank you for all of you who went and shopped in the shop and bought some border lace. Wow, you bought us out, and Jolene had to go buy more. That's okay. We had an order already in, so I think she's restocked. I think all the colors are there. I don't think we have any problems with that right now. I'm going to cut this about, I don't want to cut it maybe right about here. I can always cut it down. This is the European border lace that we sell in a bunch of colors. And I mean a bunch of colors. So, do I want to push that under there? I do, but I think this is just too wide. You lose the rose underneath. I would like just a little bit. I don't want to lose my roses. That's the only thing. I think I'm going to try something. And I think I'm going to cut some of the top of that off, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, I actually don't mind that. I'm not mad at it. I wanted to kind of create a little like drapey thing there. Okay, I like that. I get where I'm going with that. Can you guys pick up what I'm putting down? Oh, brother, that's an oldie. Okay, let me see. See if I could kind of maybe glue it to the perfume bottle first. And then been very cold at night in the studio, so and then we could put that on. I wanted to elongate that, right? So there we go. And I want to keep all my roses showing because the roses are just stunning. As you know, I love roses. So Another one of my signatures is roses, pearls, butterflies, bling. Of course, okay. Right about there, I think. And we can add some pearls and other things to this. It doesn't have to stay like this. Which I'm glad I'm using Fabri-Tac so I could move it around a little bit because it wasn't quite as even as I would like. I'm not liking this edge. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I didn't like that. Hopefully that'll still be sticky. Add some new glue. There we go. And we have this lovely little bit up here. I'm going to put that up there. And do I want to add anything up there? Well, it laid itself down and now it's glued down, so that's all right. I don't think I'm going to add anything else up there. I'm going to move this over a bit, though. Because I may want to put something else up there, right? So, you know, I'll do my, I do my cover in layers. When I start getting the things that are dimensional, those will go on last because we don't want to have to deal with that over and over and over. But I don't mind getting the base pieces on there early. Okay, so we've started our cover, given us our direction for where we want to go with this, right? So, oops, I need to glue this down. Cold hands. Okay, there we are. Oh, I don't think I'm going to put those away. I'm using them today. Let's get the stuff out that we need. Okay, so we've started that. This is going to get more. It's not done. I think there's probably going to be some lace here and pearls, maybe all kinds of pearls, some bling, maybe a big a jewel right there. We'll see. But I won't do that to the end because it's going to be too bulky to work with otherwise. Now, I've left this free. I don't know if it's going to get in my way, I'll glue it down. Okay. So now the next thing, remember I told you, there we go. I wanted to do a notepad on one of the pages. So I have some pretty pink lined vintage paper. And I've got that, and then this particular paper here has a beige, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a kind of a stripe, that color running through it. So I thought that those would make a good notepad, and I got about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got about 10 pages, and they're front and back, so what a great notepad. I would like to make it a notepad you can take out. So I think we'll have to work on that a little bit. Yeah, okay. So I also want to give it a backing. I cut some pieces of cardboard, lightweight cardboard. I get them, they're scrap cardboard. Let's see where I missed some glue here. If you miss glue, this is a good time after it's dried. And you can see, you know, what everything is doing. You can go back and fix any areas that didn't stick. Or you just flat miss the glue. So you do that the whole time you're working on this because you want everything to be very solid. So you just keep checking and checking, especially working on something this large and how difficult that was in general. So I think I'm going to use my tiny attacher, put it onto this cardboard. And now I don't want the cardboard to show at the bottom, so I'm going to go that way. And I always recommend, if you're working with something and you think, wow, this is moving around too much. Now I notice there's a funny little corner there I don't want to show. I'm going to flip pages. There we go. Yeah, I see this little... There. The reason I'm centering it from the bottom is because I'm going to cover this top with some paper, pretty papers. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. All right, I've got it the way I want it on this side. Okay. Then we're going to take our tiny attacher. Actually, you know, how long is this? I don't know. I think we're going to be okay. I was going to say, I could just trim this off on Bertha, but I don't. She's my big guillotine paper cutter. I got some white sheets sticking out that are bugging me. I don't want to see those. They're there, but I do not want to see them. I just don't seem to be able to get rid of them here. Hold on. Yes, I'm fussing. I am. I rarely am a perfectionist in my journal making, but today I am. Well, all right, I've done the best I can do. So I'm going to staple in the middle. Hopefully I've caught all the pages. Let's hope so. Seems like I did. Okay, so I'm going to cover those up. We do carry these clips in the shop if you need them for your work, if you don't have any. Now that's going to go up there. So I'm going to need to make a band if I want to have something to tuck that into, though. I'm a little concerned. I want to have a way to take that out. So I need a... So if I make it 5 1/4, oh, I should be able to do it on my little cutter here. I thought I might have to go to Bertha, but I don't think I need to. Oh, that only goes to 4. Well, okay. Lucky for me. I have all kinds of paper cutters. And I just want it to be a kind of a narrow belly band kind of thing. We'll cover it with paper. Probably want it to be about 2 inches wide. Okay. When I start a big project like this and I'm feeling a tiny bit intimidated, I will start with something that's easy for me. And a paper pad is an easy thing, right? So that was bugging me. I couldn't help myself. I had to cut it off. Didn't want to look at it. So now we're going to use this. I'm going to try to pull up the lace a little bit. I shouldn't be able to do it that easy, but I could. So that way, let's see now, will that work though? Will it let me, or is this too wide in the back where I'm going to need to cut it down? No, it should work. Okay, so the idea is there. Now the question is, can we execute it? I've yanked up my lace, which is not great. I need to add way more glue. Okay, so what paper do I want to use? So we have pink there, right? So we could really kind of, we have pink on each side. We could pretty much pick anything that doesn't clash with those, right? So like if I wanted to use one of these papers or, let's see, what do I have here? Okay, I don't think I want to use any of that. I do have papers from the kit. Yes, yes. We had this one was a leftover, and we could go sideways on that, but I really would like a pink paper. That one's all pretty. I don't want to cut that up. Okay, let's see what other papers we have here. I'm wondering if I should just, instead of a printed paper, because you're never really going to see it. You're sort of going to see it peeking out of the sides, but not really. So I think I would be much better off using one of Tina's, like her muted pink lace paper would be pretty. I have some scraps here, so maybe I've got one long enough and I don't have to cut one, and that'd be lovely. Let's try these two. Do they clash? They don't with that one, a little bit with that one, but you're really not going to see it. I could do a lighter or darker. I want to use scraps, so where'd my, oh, there it is. I want to cover that. That's not going to cut it, but that is. So I'm going to use this end here. I'm going to cover it, and then we can just glue it in, okay? So, oh, you know what? I may keep that to put on the top, or I may use one of these other pieces here. We will see. Let me move these off my desk so I'm not taking up so much space. Okay. Let's cover this. Doesn't really matter. We need this whole strip, so we want to be careful and get all the edges. What are you guys up to? Anything new and exciting? Well, you're not going to believe this. It's like, I don't know, 14, 15, I don't know how many days into the month when you see this, but we still have our Christmas decorations up. I have not felt physically good enough to take them down. So yesterday, Greg and I started the takedown. Everything's in piles. Now and most of it is in boxes, but not all of it's boxed up yet, because I really go all out and decorate the house. I mean, I didn't go out this year as much as I usually do, but enough that, you know, I put out all my old world Santas, which I adore. This year I hadn't done in a long time, so I was really excited about that, that they came out. And one small tree instead of the usual 2 or 3 trees. We already, of course, we undecorated the house and took down all the lights and everything a week ago. But we, not too long after, the Monday after New Year's, we started. So, where'd it go? Lost it. Now, I wanted to come down a little bit, because when you put that in there, you know, you're going to have, it's going to meet up to this right here. Yeah, that's about where I want it, I think. I am going to ink it a little bit just to make it match everything else. And I'm going to put a fairly thick, let me make sure I'm filming. I don't know, I just had a weird feeling that for some reason I'm not. No, I am. Whew. Boy, talk about a panic moment. Well, sometimes your camera gets so quiet because, you know, I'm talking to you guys, but, you know, you're really not in the room with me. So I start worrying, well, maybe you're not hearing me, that it went off, because I've had it happen. As you know, I've lost a number of videos last year. First time ever in all the years I've been doing this. I finally lost videos last year. Heartbreaker. A couple of them. But I'm not the only one. It's happened to a bunch of us. We're not sure what's going on with that, but why our camera? And they don't want to load into from our phone or cameras onto our iPads or laptop or computer. I don't know. I think one thing that would help me is if I put these clips on it. I don't know if they're big enough. No, they're not deep enough. Okay, I do have deeper clips. I gotta look at Dollar Tree if I ever get there again for some more of these clips because I love them. I don't think I can. Well, I could. That looks kind of funny, doesn't it? Made a tent. Okay. All right. I'll let that dry for a split second. Just to kind of give it a little extra, like, pressure. And maybe my fingers are not cutting it, you know? I don't know. I guess I still did a bad job on showing people how to use that one. I had so many questions, oh my gosh, about, especially from newbies, about these. That they said, well, you know, how would you not end up pulling it off the page? You don't. It's not that hard to get out. I'm just having a problem with my hands, and so I didn't do a good job of showing it. I also didn't do a good job of making it. I made them too deep, so I can go back and fix them, though. Once they're glued on a page, of course not. But you can fix them. So I apologize that I didn't do a good job on those. I'm really sorry that so many of you were confused. But if you're new to journaling and junk journals and what we do here, yeah, it's going to be confusing for a while no matter what. So I apologize if we were not helpful to you. Oh my goodness. Okay, didn't I have one more strip, you guys? Didn't I have one more? Yes, there it is. I was thinking I might wrap this across the top. Let me see how it looks. Where did you go? With next to this paper. Almost clashes, doesn't it? Would this look better? Maybe. I might be better off using a strip from there. I think I might do that. Okay, let me try it. I was thinking about maybe a perfume label there, and I may still do that. I hadn't thought about that till just right now. Let's see, how long, how big a... Let's go to there. That was an awkward way to do it, but it's a cheater, what we call the cheater way. Where did I cut that? Didn't I just cut a little bit? Yes, there it is, there it is, there it is. It's at the 4 3/4 mark. Okay. Scraps come in so handy, especially if you're using a particular paper a lot. You can have some fun scraps. Does that look straight? No, it is not. Okay, I need to clean that up. Let me just make sure. Oh, it's definitely not straight. Okay, let me move that over. Let me get that. Okay, that's better. I was questioning my abilities there. All right. And that's probably too long right there. Oh, we need to cut that down too, don't we? Let me grab a pencil. Let's cut that there. And then I'm thinking, gosh, I shouldn't do too much of that, right? Let's see if I just made a boo-boo. We'll see if cutting these fancy corners is going to be a problem for us. Sorry, when I'm under the weather, I don't do a lot of chit-chat because it takes energy I don't really have. So, no, I think that'll be fine. I'm going to fold that in half. It goes across the notepad. So the notepad's pretty no matter what. And you could probably, well, it depends on how I put this on. I was thinking you could take it off, but maybe not. Just make a whole new notepad. If you made the first one, you can make yourself some refills if you think this is something you're going to use. Maybe on your desk or in your bedroom or whatever. It's a fun gift. If you got a Mother's Day and you think your mom likes this type kind of stuff, she might maybe mom, auntie, best friend, someone who would enjoy this. Okay. So, I'm trying to decide which side do I want to use. Do I like that side or do I like this side? I think I like this side. Yes, I do. I do. Yes, I do. And since some of the white is bothering me, I'm going to do something I don't usually ink. I don't usually ink my paper pads, but today I am. It's bothering me. I don't know why. I'm also going to do this. This will cut through a bunch of layers. It may not get all the layers. You may have to go back and trim a few things, but it does enough that, you know, like it missed those completely. There. That's pretty. Then you can just kind of take your ink, whatever's on your dauber, and go around the edges to give it some pretty. I don't want that white to stand out so bad. I don't mind a little bit of white, but that's getting a little too much for me. Okay, I think we got it. Let me put this. Oh, get in there. Okay. Now I'm wondering if I put this on there, is that going to keep me from, Okay, I'm going to do a test here. Because it just dawned on me it might not fit in the paper pad. Hold on. I may have to cut it shorter in the back. I bet you I do. So we're going to take this. We're going to pop this through here. And if we can only go that high, it's going to stick up over. We don't want it to do that. We want it to go down in. Okay. So basically on the back side of this, it's going to have to be shorter. So I can glue on the front. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. It's one of those things that when you start crafting, this is what happens in my craft studio. I start crafting and I'm creating on the fly here for you. I make notepads all the time, but they're made per project, right? So I make it to fit the project that I'm working on. Okay, so we've got that there, but now the back, we can't have it that long because it's going to keep the notepad from sliding in. So what I need to do is I need to trim that in the back. I know I just cut that pretty edge back there, but I only want to cover the staples. So I'm going to go to about, here and cover up my staples. Yes. And then that should slide in there all the way. I hated to cut that pretty bit off. I can use that for something else, of course. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and ink that a little bit. And I'm not going to worry about rounding the corners because you're not going to see this. And I'm going to put some glue on the staples. I'm going to fold it over. So you don't hurt yourself with the staples. Use your bone folder, okay? Jolene does have those kits in the shop, so if you need the glue bottle with the top, the bone folder, you know, the eraser, the whole beginner's kit, she does have, for those of you who are starting out generally, she does have them in the shop. We're really super reasonable. She only has a couple of them. When they're sold, and then we'll be a while before we have them again because we can't get these glue bottles right now. We're able to carry the tops, but again, we're waiting on those. So everybody's slow right now. I guess they figured Christmas is over. They don't have to rush. Huh? Making us crazy. Having a little trouble getting our suppliers to get going, but they're all busy with their floor tax. So, hello. Okay, let me get this through here. And yes, it worked. We got it. Yay! Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. It's beautiful. I'm going to have to find a way to maybe tack the pages down. I don't know. Maybe create a little... I don't know. I'm going to work on that. Because I don't want these flopping around. So I'll probably work on that later towards the end. Not now. But at least you see, you know, kind of where we're at. Ah, I would have lost this. She's right. This works very well. But what doesn't work is this doesn't stay on. So I'm going to use a little glue. I don't really care how nice it looks or doesn't look. It's mainly just so I can find the darn cap and not lose it. Protect my scissors and my fingers, right? Okay. All right, we're done with the clips for the moment. Hopefully all of our lace is sticking. We may have to... Okay. So that's done. Now, what else do we want to put in here? Well, I want to add in some pockets and things. So I'm thinking we could make some. And there's lots of easy pockets. Hundreds and hundreds of easy pockets. You just glue on the strips if you want. I mean, there's lots of things you can do. But I was thinking of taking some envelopes. I don't know. Okay, so I can do a fat kind of pocket, or I can do a long one. I wonder if a long one would be cool. Seems like there should be something on one of these pages. I think this needs vertical. I think I've got a horizontal couple of envelopes here. I just have to decide what, ooh, that's pretty. What color do I want to use and where do I want to put it? But I think I just decided what I'm going to, oh gosh, that has a, well, I'd have to cover that up. Will this fit inside of that one? Well, these are different. They don't fit. Just a minute. I get my coffee dyed envelopes from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. And I'm going to see if I have another one. See, Vintage Polka Dot Shop, Emily. I don't know if she has any in the shop right now, but you can send her a message and ask for what you need, and she'll let you know if she has it, can get it, or is going to be doing it. Let me see if I can find two envelopes that are not... that one and that one might work. Let's see if they fit inside each other, because if they don't, sometimes they don't fit inside each other, because these are usually vintage envelopes that she gets at estate sales and then she coffee dyes them. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, that would give us a pretty colored envelope. We could just decorate the envelope. We don't have to go crazy. Yeah, I don't want the ones with the, yeah. Yeah, I specifically order these from her because I don't have time to coffee dye. I have the weather for it, but I don't have the time for it. So I let someone else I support someone else's business so that they can do it, right? And then I am not taking my time away from what I'm doing, and I support them. Now, you could use either envelope. We have these in our shop as well if you like craft envelopes and you don't want to copy dye one. Either way, you put one inside the other. And what'll happen is one will be glued down. You'll open it. You'll have two well, let's see. How do we want to do this? We glue one down. You open it. You can either leave it pockets that way, or you can have a pocket here and a pocket here. And that's plain there. So which one do I want to use? Oh my gosh, I like both, you guys. Also, there's fat ones here too. I mean, if you wanted to use a 5x7, but that's kind of pushing it. I think that's 5x7. We have these in the shop as well. Well, that's 5.5 by 7. 5.5 by 7. You could do those with whatever envelope you want to use. Let's put it that way. I'm deciding lighter or darker. What comes next? I think I'm going to use that one. But there's also those. Okay. I know somebody's like, decide already. Oh, it's not that easy. Okay? It's just not that easy. It takes time to figure out what you want to do. I'm not slapping this together. This is not a 5-minute project, people. So I'm going to glue the flap onto one side, and that is the side that will get glued down onto the page, right? Then this one over here that's tucked in, you could have probably did this one first. I don't worry about getting too much because it is tucked into there. It's easier to do it this way than try to put it in with a ton of glue on it and then make it fit. It just doesn't. Okay, we're going to do that. But I'm not going to glue it on yet. I am going to do the work first. I'm not going to worry about this side because I'm going to glue that down. So I'm just going to worry about decorating these two, right? Okay, so what we want to do is we need some strips of paper here because we're going to open up these ends, not this middle part. So we do want to cover those. You could cover them in plain paper. You could use something from the digitals. I wanted to use the labels, but I'm worried because they go one way and I need them to be more vertical than they are. I don't think I have any, maybe. Oh, these are cool. I don't think these are big enough though. No. Not tall enough, but I could definitely go, yeah, I could do that. We'll do that. I'm thinking that will look good. Oh, okay, where's the page it's going on? What did I just do with my, hello, where'd my portfolio go? What did I just do with it? My folio. Did you guys see what I did with it? I dropped it somewhere. Hello? Oh. I'd lose my head if it was not attached by my neck. Yes, I think that would be pretty if you open it up in there. I think it's pretty. Okay. I also see another piece I think is really pretty that maybe could go on the outside of it. So we'll put those aside. All right. Okay. I am going to run these over to Bertha. Hold on a minute. Yes, we're going to go over our hour. We are going to have a longer video today. Be right back. Okay. Whoa, that didn't cut off very well on that end. How'd I miss that completely? Oh, well. What I want to do is I want to cover these pages. I may not have enough. Well, okay. very deep subject here. I need about 4 inches. So that paper cutter won't work. I wish I could have Bertha at my desk. I hate walking away from you guys, but I have to. Okay, I'm sorry. Necessary. Okay, I have to decide what's going to go here. Okay, just like that. And then I can cut off the top piece I don't need, which is right about there. That's why I have so many different paper cutters on my desk. Crazy, right? I know. I think I'm going to have to go run this kit again. I'm running out of papers. I use it quite a bit. I love it. Let me see. Is this going to work? Yes, it's going to work, and it's beautiful. I'm going to give it a quick ink before I glue it in. And I'm going to show you the way to do this so you don't close up your pocket, but you get it covered pretty. Yeah, I like this rose at the bottom, so I'm going to go that way. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go around the edges of this envelope. As best you can. And we have determined I cannot do a straight line, so I'm not even trying to do it. Well, I am, but... And then what you want to do is you want to go across here. Not into the fold, but just before the fold. All right? Hopefully, I've cut this wide enough. And it's going to hit the glue. If not, I can wipe the glue off, right? We know that. I can. Yeah. Let me get a dry wipe. Now, I'm not worried about over here because I'm going to trim that. See, we can close this, but we've left it open. So when I cut this, I'll show you in a minute. It'll be fine. I have a feeling this one's not going to work. It's not wide enough. Oh, darn. Shoot. Okay, I need one more paper. Do I have another one? Or am I out of those? I might be out of those, guys. I might not have a paper for over there. Yeah, these are all blue. I don't want any blue. Uh-oh. See if there's something that will look good with that won't clash. Well, that's purple. Right. Well, we don't really have any purple in this kit either. So, nope. Okay, I have run out of papers. Okay, that's weird. So what am I going to do? Well, I know I'm going to go rerun this entire kit when well, not the whole thing, but a good amount of it when I'm done here. Do I have another one? No. Okay, so what I can do is use this one, and I'll go rerun some. I don't really want the blue in there, but what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use this piece because I really want to show you what we're going to do. I think I said 4.5, or was it 4 1/4? Whoops, I might have left this too long. Let me see. I'm losing my mind. Let me see. 4, just 4. I cut it about a 1/2 inch too big, but I can always use the strips. Okay, sorry. Wait a minute. I am creating on the fly by the seat of my pants, literally. A lot of these are pieces that I've gone to my idea book, and we're using the idea book pieces. Okay. Which end do I want to use? I want to use this end, so I'm going to cut off that end. We're going to have pretty scraps, aren't we? Okay. You're probably thinking, well, that wasn't such a big deal. No, it wasn't. I just wanted something light like that. This is a little bit darker, but that's okay. The whole thing has lots of color, and we're just trying to keep it in the same colorways. So it's, so we don't get anything that stands out like a sore thumb, and you think, well, why is that in there? That doesn't go, right? Your eye will say, what are you doing? What crazy thing have you done? Cannot have that. Yeah, I really don't like this, so I'm going to end up covering that up at the top. I'll put something over it because I do not like that blue bottle there. It doesn't go. There isn't any blue in this. Maybe a little bit of blue like that, but not. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. That is exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to go around the edges. And we're going to go all the way here. Whoop. And then we're trying not to do that. I don't know how successful I was there, but I gave it my best shot. I cut this one a bit short, so it's not going to match the other one, but you may or may not see it, right? So we'll see. I can put a piece of lace right there, I think is what I'm going to do. All right, I don't like that, so I'm going to cover... there's a black line there I don't really want. There, got rid of it. So I don't like that blue bottle. I'm just going to put this pretty pink rose right over it. Maybe I'll do it as kind of a belly band. But it hides that blue I don't like. So if you get a piece of paper that has something in it you don't like, think about covering it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then I realized I need to put some little bit of ink on that. Just a tiny bit to get rid of the white edges. I don't care if it stands out. That way you'll know it's a belly band, right? Let me re-glue that. I just got glue all over my hands. Hey, refill my glue bottle again. Goodness gracious, I'm going through the glue. Let me get that over there. Okay, got rid of that blue I don't like. I'm happier, and still not exactly the way I wanted it, but you got to go with the flow. If I really don't like it, I could just cover the whole piece. Once I print some more papers. I've used a lot of this paper for other projects. So we have a little belly band there if we want it. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take this. You can either do it on your cutter or with your scissors, and you're going to open this end. You're thinking, well, you just covered up that envelope. Yes, I don't like where it was open at. It doesn't work for the project. So now, pocket, pocket. Got it? There's our pockets. And there. Okay, so we now have our first pocket for our folio. And this pocket will get glued down here. You open it up and you end up with pocket, pocket. I know that I really need more pockets, but I mean, what else are you going to do with this, right? If you see something that's open, because of course this was coffee dyed, so a lot of times the seams will come undone. Let me just glue anything that's kind of loose or not completely glued anymore. because now that we've opened this up, we've kind of loosened things up a bit that were closed before. Come on, you. I know we can do this. There we go. Oh, we're doing over here. Okay, we're good. We didn't close up the pocket. We just closed up the envelope that was coming apart when we cut it open. All right. So that's basically what we have here. I don't particularly care for this peach one. It doesn't go with these other roses, but we'll see whether I end up covering it completely or whatever. We would glue this down, and then we got to cover that. And then we can slide papers or documents or fun like invitations, because it's supposed to be getting ready for the ball kind of thing for your boudoir, your perfume for your dressing table. So kind of like that. Oh, I see this might be a problem. It seems to want to move around a lot. So I may put a little, I could put a sticky on the back of the pad, just something that would come off again. I'll have to see what I have. That's repositionable. Yeah, I have some repositionable glue and stickies. So we did the cover. We've done a pocket, which we're going to stop right here. We'll decorate next time, and we'll put it in. We'll add laces and goodies. So, and we've made a notepad over here, which is moving around a lot. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Going to put something maybe like a little circle here that'll keep it from moving around. And then we want to decorate with some perfume bottles here. We want to make this match everything else, right? So we're going to work on that next time. So there you have it. I hope you guys like this video. It did go longer than I thought. I made it, even though I'm not feeling great. I did make it through. I was having a good time. I hope you were too, and you learned some new things. I hope this wasn't too slow for you. It is a process video, so you just never know what you're going to get. But okay, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You have a wonderful week, rest of it anyway. And you won't see me on Friday. I'm doing this year, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and then weekend crafting on Saturday. Occasionally, if there's something I'm just dying to make or I want to share with you or finish up or show you, then I'll do a Friday. But I'm not going to be on the norm doing Friday videos. But always look, because you never know, right? So I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.